So today we are here to discuss about the like what is Snowflake. So why do we need Snowflake? So what is the beauty and what are the features are available in the Snowflake, and what is our course content, and how is the opportunities on Snowflake, and what are the responsibilities we are going to play as a Snowflake developer, and what are the like jobs and opportunities are available in the market, and how the package or pay market is offering to the Snowflake developers. Just we will discuss high level things. So before going into the regular classes, yes, today we are going to discuss about the like Snowflake concepts or Snowflake basic definition, and difference between the traditional data warehouse and then Snowflake data warehouse. High level things. Fine. Coming to the Snowflake, what is the meaning of Snowflake? The Snowflake is a cloud data warehouse, so which is not a traditional data warehouse. So there is a difference between the traditional data warehouse and then cloud data warehouse. So I will discuss after the definition of this Snowflake. So Snowflake is a cloud data warehouse, so which is built on top of the three cloud providers, any one cloud providers, either AWS, either Azure, either GCP. So this Snowflake can be called as a software as a service, or SaaS. So which is a single platform for the different business requirement. You can use this Snowflake cloud data warehouse for the different purposes, for the different requirement. One project can be used for the business intelligence, one project can be used for the data engineering, one project can be used for the data analytics, another project can be used application development, another project can be used reporting purpose. So as I mentioned, Snowflake is a cloud data warehouse. What is the meaning of this cloud data warehouse rather than the traditional data warehouse? Cloud data warehouse nothing but you no need to do the any hardware or physical servers or any software setup, anything. You no need to do any setup. Just you are going to log in into the internet, and then you are going to log in into the Snowflake cloud data warehouse and start working on your requirements. Unlike a traditional data warehouse, you need to install the softwares in the machines. You need to install the physical servers in the machines. You need to install the hardware resources in the machines. You need to maintain all these things. You need to log in into the servers, and then you need to start work on that. Unlike, you no need to do anything. You no need to install anything. No need to maintain anything. Just you are going to log in into the internet, and you are going to log in into the Snowflake environment and start your working. So that the meaning we can call as a cloud data warehouse. So what is the meaning of this SaaS, software as a service? This Snowflake cloud data warehouse itself will be act as a software for your different services, for your different requirement. So what is the meaning of the software as a services? Nothing but, as Snowflake is a cloud data warehouse, you no need to buy any softwares, you no need to buy any hardware, you no need to update any softwares, you no need many people to maintain your cloud data warehouse, like database administrators or network engineers, and no need to maintain any hardware resources. Just what we need to do to use the Snowflake, just we need to take a subscription from the Snowflake company and then start using your Snowflake data warehouse. Start using nothing but, suppose if you want to load the data into the Snowflake, if you want to read the data from the Snowflake data warehouse, if you want to develop any solutions. If you want to do a ETL operations, if you want to do a ELT operations, if you want to do a reporting on top of your Snowflake cloud data warehouse, you can do a in a multi-dimensional way on your Snowflake data warehouse. So as a Snowflake data warehouse, compared to the other traditional data warehouse, it has the robust performance improvement in the Snowflake data warehouse. When we load the data into a Snowflake, the data will be stored in a columnar format, and data will be stored into the micro partitions, which is the core component of the storage level of your Snowflake, and the data will be stored in a compressed manner. When you retrieve the data from the Snowflake, when you retrieve a data from the Snowflake, you can able to see a very optimized. You can able to retrieve a data in a very optimized way comparing to other data warehouses, because in Snowflake they have separated the two components. One is storage component, another one is compute component. Compute component nothing but your hardware resources. In Snowflake, we can call it as a virtual warehouse. There is no dependency between the storage and then your compute component. When you start processing the data in your Snowflake, both the components are work independently. There is no dependent between the one component or another component. So that whatever the operations, whatever the process you are going to perform in a Snowflake, you can able to process the data in very optimal way. We are going to see very in detailed discussion on the what is storage and what is compute. Just high level, I can say storage component nothing but where you are going to store the data. Compute nothing but to process your request, to load the data, to connect to the Snowflake environment. Your hardware resources are required. That compute can be called as a virtual warehouses in Snowflake. So that is a hardware resources in your Snowflake. They have decoupled in a Snowflake. They have decoupled. Unlike a traditional data warehouse, when you submit any one request into your data warehouse, all the components will be work parallelly. There is a dependency between the one component to another component, and it will bring the data to end users. So in this cycle and in this process, it will take a lot of time to return the data. In case of a Snowflake, as they have decoupled or they have separated the components, they are working independently, and there is no dependency between the one component to another component, so that whatever the request we are submitting to the Snowflake cloud data warehouse, so it will bring the data or it will process the request in very optimal way, and it will produce the or it will return the data in very fast manner. So this is about the high level definition of the what is Snowflake and then what is cloud data warehouse. Coming to the difference between the traditional data warehouse and then cloud data warehouse, nothing but example. If you take a SQL Server data warehouse as an on-prem server, nothing but a traditional data warehouse. If you take an example for a Snowflake for the cloud data warehouse, to maintain your on-prem servers, so you have so many things need to consider and so many things needs to maintain as a for your on-prem servers. Suppose if you want to maintain your on-prem servers for your organization as a SQL server, what you need to do? First, we need to buy a SQL Server software, and we need to analyze what is the inflow of the data to your data warehouse, and how many users are connecting to your data warehouse, how many requests are submitting to your data warehouse per day, nothing but how many transactions are happening to your data warehouse, how many IO requests are submitting to your data warehouse. So based on all these things, architectures, database architect will analyze all these things, and then they will take a decision, and they will install, and they will maintain all these things. So based on the request, based on the data, based on the number of users, based on the your request, they need to buy a physical servers, they need to buy a storage components, they need to buy a hardware resources, and they need to build all these things in a particular data center. Once they have made the setup of all on-prem servers, again we need a multiple database administrators to maintain or to monitor your on-prem servers to work as a up and run. So, and also to maintain your hardware resources in your on-prem servers, we require so many network engineers, because suppose let's consider, as we are getting a number of requests for the data warehouse, we are getting a IO request, we are getting number of users are connected to Snowflake SQL Server data warehouse, and so a lot of data is processing in your SQL Server data warehouse. So based on this, the, the hardware resources and then data disk, everything should be sufficient. If suppose we are getting a today, we are processing around 4 TB of data, we don't have that much of storage component or storage capacity, then it will stop to process the data. So based on the data, based on the load, so we should be required sufficient hardware resources also. If we don't have a sufficient hardware resources, again the your physical again your hardware will not be supported. So we have so many things need to be considered as part of the on-prem servers. So to overcome all these challenges, we have a Snowflake Cloud Data Warehouse. So in case of a Snowflake Cloud Data Warehouse, what we need to do, just we need to take a subscription. We need to take a subscription from the Snowflake and then start using on behalf of your organization, hardware disk, hardware resources, storage disk, physical servers, data centers, everything on behalf of you, Snowflake will be take care. If the data load is increased automatically, the storage component will be automatically increased. If the number of users or concurrent users are connected to your Snowflake data warehouse, and then your hardware capacity, based on that, automatically it will increase its virtual warehouse. It will increase its hardware component. Unlike a cloud data warehouse, it will not stop to process the data if the resources are not sufficient. In our on-prem servers, if the resources are not sufficient for the request, it will stop to process until we upgrade the resources to sufficient resources. In case of a Snowflake, so based on the requirement, based on the data load, based on the IO request, based on the concurrent users, based on the huge data processing, automatically its storage capacity and its compute capacity automatically it will increase, and then it will calculate your workload, and it will calculate, and it automatically it will calculate the number of requests, automatically it will calculate the number of the size of the data load into a Snowflake, automatically it will calculate, and then based on the request it will increase its storage capacity and then compute capacity. It will not at all stop the our request, our process. That is the beauty of a cloud data warehouse, which is a Snowflake cloud data warehouse. Whatever the process we are submitting to the Snowflake cloud data warehouse, so based on the requirement, based on the request, based on the your request, based on the data size, automatically it will increase its size, and then it will execute, and it will return the data for you. So this is about the very high level definition of Snowflake, and then what is the difference between traditional data warehouse and then Snowflake cloud data warehouse. But so this is difference between the traditional data warehouse and the cloud data warehouse. Guys, do you have any doubts in understanding the Snowflake high level definition, and then definition of the difference between the Snowflake and then traditional data warehouse? Any doubts here? That's fine. So I will take a silence as a you are understanding very well. Let's discuss. Let's discuss what are the features or what are the new features are available in the Snowflake which are not in our other traditional data warehouses. What are the new things? What are the beautiful things are available in the uh, Snowflake? Let's discuss one by one. So if you discuss about the great performance and the scalability means, see, it has a great performance. Why we have a great performance compared to other traditional data warehouse? See, one thing is the data will be stored in a column format, and the data will be stored in a micro partitions, and data will be stored in a compressed manner, and then the storage capacity and then compute capacity, they have separated both the components. When we submit the request, so by considering all these things, you will get a data very fast manner, whatever. Suppose if you are submitting a around 5 TB of data to your Snowflake, so based on this architecture, you can able to process very fastly compared to other data warehouses. What about the scalability? Scalability is a very beautiful feature in Snowflake, which is not in other data warehouses. Suppose let's consider what is the scalability? Nothing but auto resume and then auto suspension. What is this auto suspension? What is this auto resume? Suppose let's consider you are working for the 1 week. Out of the 1 week, you are not working for 2 days. You are working only for 5 days. As you are not working on Saturdays and Sundays, your Snowflake will not be if you are continuously if your Snowflake is not using continuously for 10 or 20 minutes, automatically it will go into a suspension mode. Automatically it will go into a suspension mode. What is the benefit if it goes to the suspension mode? What is the benefit means when it is goes to the suspension mode, Snowflake will start to charge to your organization as it is in a disable mode. When you start the session, automatically it will go into a active mode. That is called as auto resume. When you start the session, automatically it will go into a active mode. If you are not using continuously 10 or 20 minutes, automatically it will go into the auto suspension mode. Suppose you are not using on Saturdays and Sundays, then it is not going to company is not going to uh, Snowflake company is not going to charge on your organization for Saturdays and then Sundays. Again, for the particular day, in a 24 hours, you are not using for a 12 hours, you are using only for 12 hours, and then it is costing only for 12 hours. It is not costing for the remaining 12 hours. So that we can tell it as like we can say we are going to pay what we are going to use. That's it. Unlike a traditional data warehouse, you no need to buy well in advance everything. You no need to maintain anything. Whatever we are going to use, for that only we are going to pay to the Snowflake organization. So this is called as a scalability, auto suspension and then auto resume. What about this zero management? Zero management, nothing but as I mentioned earlier, to maintain your cloud data warehouse, we don't require a number of database administrators, number of hardware engineers. Unlike our traditional data warehouses, to monitor your data warehouse on-prem servers, we require a multiple database administrators. To maintain, to run your hardware resources, we require a multiple network engineers. So, unlike the traditional data warehouse, here we should not require many people to manage your Snowflake cloud data warehouse. So that this is a zero management. What about this convenient pricing? Convenient pricing, nothing but as I mentioned earlier, whatever you are going to use your Snowflake for, that only you are going to pay. You are not going to pay for the complete 1 week. You are not going to pay for the complete 1 month. You are not going to pay for the complete 365 days. We are going to pay to the Snowflake whatever we used for the particular day, whatever we used for the particular week, whatever we used for the particular month, and then how they are going to charge on us, how the pricings are looks like, everything we will discuss in detail as part of our regular class. That I will explain you how they are calculating the price and how they are charging onto the organization. Everything we will discuss as part of our class. Next, what about this virtual compute warehouse? As I mentioned earlier, virtual compute warehouse is a hardware resources in your Snowflake cloud data warehouse. Like as you have a memory, CPU, processors, all these things under hardware resources in your on-prem servers. Like this combination of all these things called as a virtual compute warehouse. So which is the major component in your Snowflake, which is very important. We are going to discuss in detail on virtual compute warehouse in separate complete one session. So it has many things to discuss. So high level virtual compute is a hardware resources. Next, what about this unwrap? Unwrap nothing but it will suppose if any objects are dropped from your data warehouse, if any objects are dropped from your cloud or Snowflake data warehouse, simply by using unwrap statement you can able to restore that object. Suppose, let me give example. Objects nothing but either a database, either a schema, either a table. If any one object is deleted or dropped from the Snowflake cloud data warehouse, using a unwrap simple statement, you can able to restore that entire object to your Snowflake data warehouse. What is this cloning? Cloning nothing but a suppose if you are working in a development environment or a QA environment, you are developing something, you need a backup of your production copy. Instead of doing a backup and restore, just you can able to use cloning statement, and then you can able to create a duplicate copy of your database into your dev environment or in your QA environment. So what is the semi-structured data? Apart from your regular data, you can able to process semi-structured data also. Semi-structured data also, nothing but a JSON file, XML file, paraquat file, like that. Time travel. What is this time travel? Suppose if you have a table in your data warehouse, in your table you have 100 records, out of which 100 records, some 10 records are modified. 10 records are modified. So once you modify the data into your table, so again, if you don't want that modification into your target table, you want to revert back that modifications into original data using your time travel concept, you can travel back to history of the table and then you can bring the original data and restore to your target table, whatever the modified records are there. And then, so you have one more beautiful thing is snowpipe. Snowpipe is one of the Snowflake object. So this is used. This is the automated. You can do the automated process. Suppose if the files are arrived into a source, once the files are landed into the source, automatically, if you create a Snowflake object, automatically the data will be loaded into the target table. Data will be loaded into the target table. So this is a one of the beautiful concept in the Snowflake. So streams and then task nothing but this is regular thing to load the streams nothing but to load the incremental data. Task nothing but to do the things automatic. So these are the features are available in the Snowflake. So which are very good features, which are not available in the other on-prem data warehouses. So many things they have Snowflake has simplified actually. So many things, instead of doing a many steps, many things, they have simplified very simple manner. You can able to perform very easily. You can able, which is very comfortable. There is no many steps. There is no many things are involved to do the things. They have simplified everything. Suppose if you see the unwrap, so no need to go back to the your backup devices and then restore things. Just using unwrap statement, you can able to restore the objects. So like that, they have simplified very clearly, guys. Actually, so by using the Snowflake, you will feel like this is very much easy, like that. So these are the high level discussion on the futures. We will discuss all these things in detail in our regular classes. So these are about the what are the features. Next, what is the course content? So this is the course content. We are going to so this is our entire Snowflake course content. We are going to target. I am going to target to finish this course within 35 classes. Prerequisites for this course is if you have a knowledge on the SQL, it will be added advantage. If you don't have any SQL knowledge, then as part of the course, then we will provide the knowledge on the SQL also. We are going to discuss some SQL concepts also as part of the course. Yes, but if you have a knowledge on the SQL, then it will be added advantage, guys. So apart from this course content, once we complete the course, we are going to provide you some interview tips, and then we will help you to prepare the resume also. We will help you to discuss on the projects, and also we will help you to discuss on how the real things should be there in the projects. Apart from this course content, so we will provide other things also to become a comfortable. So this is our course content. We are going to discuss as part of our regular classes on all these concepts. Then, how is the career opportunities on the Snowflake? How is the career opportunity on the Snowflake? See, now many organizations are migrating their business data from on-prem servers to Snowflake Cloud Data Warehouse. As they are migrating their business data and then their objects, their everything into a Snowflake Cloud Data Warehouse, market is looking for a very good Snowflake developer. Market is having the demand for the Snowflake developer, but there is no that much of good supply. Nothing but there is no that much of good Snowflake developers in the market. See, as this Snowflake has become a trending in the market from the 2019, so that you can able to like mention 2 to 3 years of experience. Once you learn the course, once you are comfortable on everything whatever we are going to discuss as part of the class, if you mention 2 to 3 years of experience on the Snowflake along with your existing experience, that is more than enough, guys. If really you are good in Snowflake, and then you can able to explain everything, if you can able to do the things very well, then so you have a very good demanding opportunities in the market, guys. So based on your experience, based on your number of years experience, based on your Snowflake experience, you will get a very good package also in the market compared to other skill set. You will get a good package, not like a regular package, because Snowflake is having the very good demanding in the market, so that once you clear all the rounds, so you will get a very good package comparing to other technologies. So what Snowflake developer will do, as I mentioned earlier, so currently in the market there are a migration projects are running on the Snowflake. As a Snowflake developer, you will be fit into the migration projects or you will be fit into the development projects. Development projects, what you will do? So based on the requirement, you will write some stored process. Based on the requirement, you will write some SQL code. Based on the requirement, you will write some views, and then you will submit those your SQL components, SQL queries to reporting team. So they will use your code, or they will use your object like views or stored process, and they will generate the reports, and then they will deliver the data to end users. So as part of the migration, if you have a code in your on-prem servers, so you are going to convert those code into your Snowflake data warehouse. There are multiple things are happening in a market. So either you will be fit into the migration project, either you will be fit into the development project. Already I told you what the migration project. So what is the development project? And what are the certifications are available in the market on the Snowflake? The very first certification is SnowPro certification, SnowPro course certification. Once you complete this course, you can able to attempt SnowPro course certification. So after this, so you have an advanced level certifications also. SnowPro advanced like architect, data engineer, administrator. For all these things, you will can able to clear once you get the good commanding and then experience on the Snowflake. What are the roles under Leobot already explained. So what are the jobs we have? What are the jobs we have in the Snowflake in the market? So we have a Snowflake developer, Snowflake data engineer, administrator is different. Cloud data warehouse engineer, data analyst, data architect is next level. Once you get the experience, you will get a job as a data architect. So data scientist. So you can able to apply once you learn the course, once you are comfortable on all the things, all the topics, you can able to apply for all these jobs, So as I mentioned, we have a enough requirement and then jobs in the market. But only thing is we need to focus on the concepts, and we should be comfortable on the Snowflake concepts. Whatever we are going to discuss as part of the class, as part of our regular class, just if you focus on the things or if you practice on the things, then that is more than enough. Once we complete our course, then we will provide you some interview questions, and also we will help you to prepare the resume and the project requirements. Everything we are going to discuss as part of the course. So this is about the today's discussion, and then very high level discussion on the what is Snowflake, and then what is the difference between the on-prem servers and then cloud data warehouse. What is the course content? How is the market? What is the package? So everything. So this is high level. So from tomorrow 7 a.m. onwards, we are going to start our regular class. From tomorrow Monday 7 a.m. onwards, we are going to start our Snowflake regular course, guys. So this is the discussion for today. Do you have any questions, guys? Just let me know if you have any questions. If you have any questions.
What is the cost of certification?
Yeah, you have a huge cost around Snow Pro certification cost will be around I think 15 to 20,000. 15 to 20,000.
Okay. One more thing, can you attend this, complete this course in 15 days by attending 2 classes?
2 classes, already one batch is running, but I will not recommend like that actually. If you go to the flow, then it will be good. Because see, in the starting of the sessions, we will discuss basics of the course. If you switch into the next advanced concept, then it will be a little bit difficult actually. I can suggest you to go in your own class. That will be a good. Then any other questions? Hello. Guys, any other questions? Sorry?
What will be the team size for Snowflake developers if we are in a project? How many people working for this?
Team size, see, it's all depend upon the requirement. Yeah. Team size will be like 8 people, 10 people, like that. Any other questions? It's all depend upon the requirement. How much they have the work. See how much they have the objects, how much they have the stored process, how much they have the objects to migrate into the Snowflake. Then so based on all those things, they will decide the team size. If the thing is the database is very small, and then objects are very less, then they will run with the small team size. If the database is huge and then objects are very huge, and they need to migrate all those things into Snowflake, and then again they will consider, then they will expand their team size. Fine. Any other questions?
So as part of this course, any demo project is explained or how it will be?
No, I will going to explain you how the projects will be, but demo projects and all then it is difficult. Just I can able to see as part of the course we are going to discuss all the real-time scenarios only. After completion of the course also we are going to discuss how the projects will be there and then what are the requirements, how the requirements will be there. But demo project it is difficult, man. Any other questions? Sure, if you don't have any doubts, then we will meet at tomorrow regular class at 7 a.m. guys. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Tomorrow, Monday, 7 a.m. We are going to start our Snowflake regular classes. We will meet by tomorrow 7 a.m. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks, sir.
Bye bye.